Comfy, cozy, comfy.
Saturday morning with my cartoon.
So cozy.
Tamagotchi's fed and snoozed.
Say cozy.
Got 3 days till my rental's due.
So comfy.
Left my homework at school. Alright, PJs, check.
So cozy.
Mixing bowl of cereal, check.
Say cozy.
Toy commercial absorption memories, check.
So comfy.
Alright, boys, here we go.
16 bits of have mercy, y'all.
And welcome back to St. Kohzee's Center for Comfy Nostalgia. As always, I'm joined by Kevy the Kid. And I'm Bear. This week we are going to be playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, that's right. SNES, original release. In the middle, we're going to talk about K-9 stories, K-9 Tales. That's Tales. Stories of dogs. It's National K-9 Day. And to close it out, we're going to be playing Super Metroid SNES in honor of National Women's Equality Day. Good morning, gentlemen.
All right.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Give that man a harumph.
Yeah,
A lot of Blazing Saddles quotes
today.
flying around yesterday.
Yeah, some good games flying around today here. We'll see. We'll see how these go. I'm kind of excited. We know one's good, pretty sure.
One for sure is excellent.
Never
the
played
other
it.
one is. Well, I'm referring to Super Metroid, so I assume you're talking. You've never
yeah.
Oh yeah, I played that. I haven't played. So, did you guys watch Power Rangers? Were you a Power Ranger watching crew? I got one nod and one head shake.
No, I'm
confused.
just acknowledging that you asked a question.
Oh,
No,
I think
so-
for me and Kev, for me especially, Power Rangers was just I was a little too old by the time it came out. It was in the block of all the stuff that I already liked, but for some reason, because I was already like 11 or 12 or whatever it was, I was like, maybe this isn't for me. I did watch it. Kevin and I definitely watched it. Mostly made fun of it, especially the enemies and storylines and stuff like that. But it was entertaining, so I guess we got entertainment
value in
out
it,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I was in the 4th grade, I think, when it came out, and there were 2 sets of kids on the playground. There were the Power Rangers kids, which were the losers, and then there were the X-Men kids, which were the cool kids.
true.
So it wouldn't be fair because you'd have Wolverine flying in, beating up the yellow Power Ranger. It's like, this isn't fair. Wolverine and Beast just tearing apart the Power Rangers.
Just physically ripping them apart.
But we did watch it though, Kev. I mean, we did actually watch episodes. We got something out of it. And I know that I loved the way that they did a lot of the fight scenes, where it's just guys in suits and stuff, but then they have buildings that they fall into. I loved all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, slow-mo. Were you a Power Ranger kid, Joe?
I think I was in the same camp of I've watched it, I saw the episodes. I think I would lean towards making fun of it more because it was so, like, campy. And then later on, when I figured out that, or I discovered that it was actually a Japanese show that they had taken all of the costume stuff from, and they put, and they
Made a
just
lot more
refilmed
sense.
all the, I was like, oh, yeah. And then that's brilliant. What a brilliant concept.
Steal it from Japan.
Right. Heavy sense.
Okay, here we go. It's an apocalyptic event, as always.
Yeah. Look at this doofus in his Oshkosh Bagosh overalls, though.
I love them.
They
The
aged
nerdy
him
purple
down.
Power Ranger, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he
Wow,
fat?
we're all
I
here.
don't remember the Blue Ranger being fat.
No, he's not. Like, yeah,
He's not.
They kind of.
Okay.
They're doing him
He
wrong
wears
there.
overalls.
They're doing
Yeah.
him wrong.
Well, you want to see? They're still doing like blackface
Ooh.
for black characters.
He is. What are you talking about? He's black, Joe.
But I mean, like, they clearly have done extra pixel work around his mouth
Oh.
that probably didn't need to be done.
It looks like he's smiling to me,
lighten it
Joe.
up
I
a
don't know
little
if
bit.
you've got some kind of unconscious thing that's coming up here. That's okay. We can work through it.
That's fine. We'll just
Look at his
we'll just-
lip. my god! Wait, this was made in Japan, wasn't it? So they don't give a shit.
Oh yes, yes, they are still. That's why they definitely lean into it still.
Even that,
today.
when you select the character, it actually gives them a little bit of animation. I love that. I love that. That's great.
Oh yeah, got some good secondaries, just idle animations. Gotta love the shoulder.
He's in
do it.
overalls.
He's like the only one not hitting remotely a fight pose. Everyone else is ready to throw down, but not him.
He's ready to get down.
No, he just walked up some stairs. He's heavy breathing.
Okay, going yellow Power Ranger. Surprise there, Joe. Cool.
Well, they don't have the Green Ranger, so
Not yet.
He's too powerful.
Wow, animated the hair and everything.
Yeah.
Looks great. So side-scrolling
Yeah, we're
beat
gonna-
'em up. Never seen this game, Joe, by the way.
okay.
Didn't know it was a game.
Very Japanese.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, pink one?
That I mean, this is Final Fight-esque. That go thing flashing.
Yeah, I don't trust these guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on. Trench coats, reading newspapers. Ooh,
Giant combat knife. All right.
man, you got a great throw.
You do a lot of health, though.
You've seen all of the moves, I believe. You have one attack button.
Really?
So, yeah. And
What?
you can't move up and down. It's only forward and backward.
This seems to be happening more than I would have remembered, I guess, if we hadn't did this show. But SNES has 6 buttons, and
Yeah.
a lot of these
Yeah.
games do not utilize more than 2. I don't get it.
I do feel in this case, I mean, because you can see the gameplay loop already, right? It's just move to the right and beat everything up. I could see the argument for let's make it very uncomplicated for little kids that might be the target audience. More so than most other games we've played so far. Like, I could see the argument for they intentionally did it this way for once.
Okay. I
Getting
guess
real
maybe
hard.
the part that I'm conflicted on, though, Joe, is like, yes, let's keep it simple, but can we add more attacks and it still be the same game? Yes, I think so.
Sure.
Because when you watch the game, I mean, when you watch the show as a kid, they're doing all kinds of stuff. The performers, I mean, they have all kinds of moves. The fight scenes were pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Okay, auto scrolling now.
And it is just a one-player job here. Like, it's not a two-player
It is not a two-player game.
co-op, I guess, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, time
it's
to morph.
time.
And
Do
she
that at the
gets
beginning.
super jacked.
Yeah, she did. But remember, that happened in the actual show, right? 'Cause it cuts to the fight scenes, and then, like, the people are different.
Yeah, it's blatantly different people.
Still just one button?
Yep.
No special.
Oh, I've got
Bomb.
I've got a bomb attack I could use now, which is your X button, but that's
Oh,
gone.
Is that... Okay, that's not a stage then, I guess? It's part 1.
Yeah.
Okay, introducing new elements, new enemies. Although it's... I don't know, have you noticed any distinctions, guys, between the colored enemies?
No.
They have slightly varied attack patterns, or the way they approach you. Other than that, basically, anytime you see a new color of putty introduced, it's stronger. It's the strongest one you fought up to that point.
Got it.
It's kind of just give them more health.
And Kev, would you mind doing the sound effect that they do in the TV show when they show up?
Every time.
Every time they show up. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't mean in the game. I just
Oh.
meant just for the audience, just once to show them, not literally every time they show up in the game. Sorry. Yeah, that was something that Kevin and I would do. We would do that sound effect to each other. And it would be like this. We would set up scenarios, of course. Joe knows this. Where one of us would be the Power Ranger, I guess, and the other one would just constantly have to be the putty. Just like this. It's basically just this in real life.
Just one person would just get the absolute shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
What ranger, Scott? Well, I want to know what ranger you wanted to be. And I'm also curious because I know you're a little bit younger. Which version of the Power Rangers were you watching? Probably the one with the space cars, right? The weird shit.
What?
Yeah.
Or did they update the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, it's had like 46 seasons.
It
What?
has, like, as a matter of fact, my 10-year-old
Yeah.
has watched multiple versions of it since she's been around. So I know there's at least
Oh, wow.
3 or 4, and there's got to be way more than that.
Yeah, this poor guy just parked his car there. He was beating the hell out of
Yeah.
his Toyota.
This is Final Fight-esque for sure. Wow,
Oh
you
my
destroyed
God.
it.
It's
Disappeared.
vaporized. The Power Ranger power.
Come on. You gotta be able to blow those up.
Yeah, we need more
There you
attacks.
go.
Need more attacks, Joe.
Oh, that was an air throw somehow. I don't know how I did that, but.
Yeah, Scott, you're right. The power of teamwork. Captain
Oh,
Planet.
I
episode.
didn't mean that. Just for
Every
some
episode
variety.
they had to do it.
Although it does appear the
Only
Yellow Power
way.
Ranger does not need a team. Just wrecks all by herself.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can find some more controls for you.
we've got Skeleton
Wow, he's
Zoro.
good at avoiding. Oh, you gotta wait for him to attack, I guess. Charges up and then stabs at you.
Oh wow. Yeah, there's quite a bit of moves you can do.
Oh, I just don't know them. They're like combos or something.
Yeah. There's different, depending on what mode you're in, there's different control sets that you can, different stuff you can do. Apparently if you just hit B continuous, you do a backflip?
I guess so. Little dodge move, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dwayne, for hitting us up with some game facts. I think Ro's out today. So, yeah, Dwayne is reporting back. There are 21 different themed series of Mighty Morphin. 21. Wow. Incredible.
Man. Come on. Noxious.
So if you press B and Y at the same time while you're jumping on them, you can throw them?
Oh, that must be the accidental air throw I did.
Hey,
Okay,
Ro.
I'll try that. All right, first level done and dusted.
And it gives you a passcode. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, like, off to a good start. The game's manageable. And actually, I would consider it easy based on watching it, at least.
It's yes, it's very easy. All right, who's next up?
I love that you get to change your character after each level. This is already good. This is good. Who's next?
Scott never said who he wanted to be.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
oh, Scott.
Guess
needed
we're
to
Zach
tell.
then.
He wanted to be all of them put together. He said so. All right, we'll try our best. I don't think the game lets us do that.
Yeah.
Is there a passcode for that?
Gave him a gold chain. Come on now.
The music did change also. That's good. That was choreographed.
Just like the show, baby. This is true to the show.
Yeah,
Oh, I do like his throw.
it's just cool too. Oh god.
Puts his whole body into it.
Yeah. Put some stank on it.
Totally MC Hammer, Dwayne.
Oh yes, the pants for sure. Those the hammer pants.
Well, that may be the only black guy the Japanese people have ever seen, so they're kind of stuck with doing that.
He still ended up with an Aladdin vest, so he actually kind of is Aladdin-esque, honestly, the pants and the vest and everything.
Oh, Shield Boys.
Oh, it doesn't affect them. Oh, that was special.
Got to get the little combo going.
Yeah, that's cool.
Breakdance.
Just knife to the face.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's a little. It was made by Japanese people, so they don't have to be sensitive. Tanner, you were huge into this show. Tanner loves Power Rangers.
The most polite teenagers we could find.
Tanner killing in the chat.
The stage music sounds very Street Fighter. Like, well, not now. Now it sounds like F-Zero.
Damn it.
Bullshit. Yeah, I think those special moves that Kev read off, I can only do as a Power Ranger. I can't do the backflip or anything like that.
Sense.
Teenager mode has a different thing.
Ah! It's getting hard with projectiles. Yeah, the creepy. They got the creepy putty posture down. Coming in with the hands all. I'ma get you. It's coming in to bloop, bloop, bloop on you.
I think that maybe we're having trouble with the face of this character because maybe they're trying to really accentuate the smile. Maybe he was known for his smile. I don't know, but they definitely have it prominently featured. Something on his lower half of his face.
Yeah.
Little iffy, a little suspect.
Yeah. Even when from the side, it looks like they didn't change it from the side or the front, so it looks like his face is like sliding down.
Exactly.
Oh.
Right.
In that elephant trunk, baby. Yeah, you know why.
No.
Oh,
Elucidate.
he just has
for
an
us.
axe.
Oh yeah. That turned into a gun, a cannon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Shit.
I guess
There
they
we
are
go,
kind of trying to
intro.
follow the way the episodes went too, where they were in their street clothes. Sometimes they would get into scuffles. Then they up the intensity. They got to morph. Then eventually they all come together, as Scott mentioned.
And then yeah, that's where you get your tiny model, destroy a city.
My favorite. I hope they do
Fix,
that.
Yeah. I believe it's the final boss fight is a Zord fight.
Yeah.
So we maybe if someone could look up a code for that,
passcode.
we might be
go
able
to the end.
go to the last
Right.
stage.
I
Yeah,
got
this
you.
is a different kind of section.
Of course, I jumped up on the wrong side. Okay, that's nice. That's you are able to jump down from a platform like that. In case you, of course, now I can't do it. Now that I say that.
Nice.
There was pretty sweet. Oh, you can just do it from the ground too. You don't. It's just a different throw. Oh,
Alright, I got the passcode
What?
whenever you want it.
What's falling?
flaming pipes.
Yeah, I don't know what some kind of elbow plumbing thing. Oh, it hurts them. Okay, that's good. I like that.
All right.
There you go, Joe. You know what's up.
Yeah.
Final
Just-
fight.
Just off
Just off screen.
the most entertaining. Can't see the just. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm assuming
Jump
that we're gonna be
down,
a boss somewhere here. We're gonna do this. Okay. Does that take any
Earth now.
life or anything from you to do that?
No, the rectangle in the bottom right holds a bomb charge,
Okay.
which when I pick one up, it just flashes the word bomb down there.
Okay. I'll pay more attention.
Usually there's... Oh. Gotta touch the edge of the screen. Okay. Oh my... Oh, it's fine. He's way over there.
So another thing that we've had in other games is the climbing sections like this. Even on a game about climbing like Cliffhanger has been pretty bad. How does this one, Joe, as far as being able to like catch and all that?
Oh, that's working really well.
Yeah.
The window for grabbing onto the like a pole like this is it's good. It's good.
Okay, cool.
Much better than
again, like that's an area where a lot of games have really struggled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wall jump.
A little wall jump, yeah.
Sometimes just want to do that.
Oh, you can throw guys into other guys. I love that in games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final fight.
I think this is a lot of it is doing what we've complained other games aren't doing. It's like just copy a good game. What are you doing? Try to reinvent it.
The only thing I might critique is, again, maybe there's people who know the show much better than me, which there certainly are. The stuff that comes in, like the flying things and the elbow joints that fell down and the barrels, and like I wish it had more relevance maybe to the environment. They seem kind of
We're in
random.
a factory of some kind.
Yeah. Like, I can get that. Yeah, this is in the loosest sense. Sure, it's the trappings of some kind of factory area, but yeah, make it make sense. Shouldn't be built like a cartoon, I guess. Of just
It's true.
The
Every
factory
I've ever worked in, I've never had a flaming elbow fall from the sky.
so they make cakes and also industrial machine parts, and also kids' toys, all in the same factory.
Come on down to Jed's Flaming Pipe Construction Company.
Even if you don't buy anything, we'll give you a burnt washer for free. Oh, the mace. Shit.
Oh, Tanner has even more tie-ins to the show. He worked with one of the villains on the show, apparently. Did she stay in costume the whole time you worked with her, or Tanner?
Never took it off.
Yeah, Dwayne asking hard-hitting questions. That's what we need to know. Was it Rita Repulsa? Because I need Tanner's autograph.
Just having known her, that's
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, he's now
definitely.
famous.
he holds the mace so gingerly, like it's not a weapon.
He doesn't want it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't want
I
to
don't-
hear take this.
Here, this is. I don't. I'm a conscientious objector. Ah! Oh, that's it. Tanner's not cool again.
Everything is right with the world.
Okay, touch the edge of the stage again after beating up some water
Damn.
heaters.
Music change.
Scraper? What is this guy?
It's a farmer, some
Yard.
type.
A yardman. Whoa. You know, he might actually be a lawn troll brought to life in the episode. I can't remember.
Forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Tanner, there's been 21 different versions of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so a lot of actors, a lot of roles.
There's only one Rita Repulsa in my heart. Oh,
You don't like that much.
Oh, shh.
Caused him to have a little seizure, I guess. Okay. He brought
Oh,
an
he's an
accordion
accordion.
out or something. And they're trying to vary up the bosses too with their kind of, I guess, to make them more unique. This is good. It's good. Mario, Super Mario-esque.
Yeah.
it's gonna Take a long time, one hit at a time.
Oh,
damn.
yeah. His hits have taken a lot of damage. There you go. Wish we could see his health meter, but
Yeah.
kind of adds to the tension, I think.
Damn.
Oh, one more hit, Joe.
Oh, is he puking?
Puking into fireballs.
Okay. Nice. I guess we'll find out if we get a full health bar on a stage refresh here.
The off-brand Rita Repulsa. Peta Putrid.
387 is for the final level.
Okay, I was just about to ask. Let's do that then.
Was it
7-3.
time? Wow, I've been enthralled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to play the final level. Did have a great theme song, I will say
Yeah.
that.
Yes, very good theme song. Oh. To do the password from the options screen. My bad. We can do that. What was that code? 73.
1387.
Oh, I was way off.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Did that accept?
Yeah, I had no confirmation.
387.
I guess that's got to be it. Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
No, it doesn't make any sense to start here. It would just, you'd put the code in and it'd take you to the level, right?
Right. Man,
Man, come on.
even putting in the codes is... All right. This is it.
This is the real one. I'm really putting the code in.
Score is plummeting right now.
Megazord?
Don't you make me
Is
look
that
like a
what the-
fool.
Yeah, Megazord.
Okay, so there's different ones for Megazord.
Oh, okay.
You could try 1007.
Okay,
That
time,
seems like
that did-
it
that did
accepted something. Yeah.
Ooh, special fight.
Yeah.
There he is.
And so, yeah, this is like a Street Fighter fight.
Here you go, Scott.
You're powering up.
Oh, this is the two-player mode.
Oh,
That's
it's
why
it's
he's
so
not
special
fighting
that
back.
he doesn't fight back.
Pick
So
your
they-
shin, son.
It has a special two-player mode baked in. That's pretty cool. And it's Street Fighter, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got sword attack, and you can get different attacks by pressing different directions. A jump, and then it looks like your X is your special moves, and the more your bar charges up at the bottom, the stronger the move is.
Got it.
Scott is epic levels of hype for Scott.
Hey, I wish they would have
All
had
right,
at
what's-
least a
what's this?
cutscene that shows like them coming together, you know.
Get wrecked, loser.
There has to be.
I do like the kick you in the
That
shin
kick
as
is
a
great.
move.
Yeah. That's very like Looney Tunes esque.
And there's a level 7 password too. I don't know if that's. I guess that's the last level.
Yeah, let's try that out. That might be the last.
Okay, I'm sorry. The Green Power Ranger's name was Jason David
2596.
Frank. I mean, the three first name. Okay, interesting. I had no idea.
He's
how you-
a serial killer,
That's how
clearly.
you know he's not real.
He's a serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. There you go. You still fighting the same dude? Yep.
Yeah, but actual fight this time. Go on! Eh. Oh, you got oh, dang, there is a dash.
Ladasha
Hail. And a block? How are you blocking?
blocking every time. He passed away? He was a young man.
Yeah, it was recently, I believe.
He had glorious hair as well.
He fought MMA.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Great. Did he do it in the suit?
I was gonna say, what song did he come out to? Really, from COVID? Oh. It's a close fight here, Joe.
This doesn't have the finesse of something like a Street Fighter, but
Well, they are
It's nice to have
clunky.
the
I mean, they're
variety.
supposed to be kind of clunky, wouldn't you say? They're massive, right? They're fighting on
that's true.
another planet here.
You got your superpower up now.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe doesn't care.
Oh, here you go.
Finish him.
Oh,
Yes.
Ah!
Oh, he's back.
What?
Oh, you didn't finish him enough.
Transformed. Ultra boss.
Gonna give Scott a heart attack. So he's got phases, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you do.
Does that mean we get phases?
No.
Probably not.
Stay over there.
The block sound is so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little bing.
Yeah. Oh, you knocked him down.
I agree, Joe. That little kick to the shin is the best move so far. Oh, something happened. It's gonna give you a chance, Joe. You're gonna come back. I thought it was gonna be a Hogan-esque, you know.
Nope. That's it. Go out on a loss. Oh, give me the 3 hands. Give him the 3 arm raise on the 3rd one. That'd be amazing. Yeah,
That would be
Megazord's
amazing.
got me in a chokehold, and he's Green Ranger comes over to check your arm.
All right, good stuff. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, entertaining. All right, well, we'll talk about it later, of course. All right, for this week's segment in the middle, it is National Dog Day. I believe it actually is today is National Dog Day. And so we thought we would share a few stories from our life of dogs. And we didn't necessarily limit it to 90s, so this could be any era. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, Lassie.
So the only
So happy.
No. It's not Lassie.
Oh,
It's Cujo.
It's the only 2 movies I can think of were Air Bud and Old Yeller.
oh, okay.
Right,
Old Yeller,
Old
of course. That's
Yeller.
what I meant to say. I meant to say Old Yeller.
Yeah.
But Old Yeller looks like
yeah.
very happy there, Kev. Those rabies really.
I mean, he's filled with rabies. I was
Filled
trying to
with
figure out how to draw dogs.
glorious
and
rabies.
It wasn't
Oh, that's-
going well.
I like this
Be
behind the
intense.
scenes. Yeah.
Oh, his
Rare
process.
behind-
I like the one on the right. I like the one on the right.
It's a little
He has
Snoopy
braces, little doggy
Yeah.
braces.
Little
this
doggy
guy.
braces.
All right, so I'm not sure how to start this necessarily, but who's got a dog story to share? I've got a few. If you guys don't have any in the queue,
All mine are sad, so you guys just let me know when you're ready.
sad ones. Oh, okay.
Sad, all sad.
My 2 are. I was going to refrain because my 2 are dog attacks. So I was just going to not.
Well, from
Go over
Florida,
those.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah. 2 dog attacks in Florida. So
just pit
Nothing
bulls and
cozy,
crocodiles.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. Very Wallace and Gromit. Good pickup there. All right, well, I'll kick us off then. I told you guys offline this morning a little bit about one of the stories. So this is a 90s story. It involves Kev and I. We lived on a corner house, and the main drag through the neighborhood, we were on the corner. And so most of the traffic came right by us. One day we were there on the corner. I think we were actually about to go into our backyard. Cop drives by in a Caprice or whatever their squad car was back then. And then at the same moment, though, a little dog, and I think it must have been like a Jack Russell Terrier mix, was jetting across those 2 lanes. And the cop ran the dog over, but it just synchronized, and the dog went under the tire and then flipped it way up into the air. It did at least, I don't know, Kev, what would you say, 3 or 4
It
Triple
was
axle.
cartoon-esque.
It was cartoon-esque. 3 or 4 flips, lands, keeps running as if it never stopped. The cop immediately, and he comes out and he says, "What happened?" He didn't even know. He knew he hit something, but he had no idea what it was. And then we explained to him what happened, shocked on our face. The dog seemed okay. I don't know like what the odds are of like a dog getting run over and it just getting, I don't know.
Getting up.
Yeah, cinematically lifted into the air. It was an exciting day for us. I remember Kev and I were I remember looking at Kev and just shock on our face.
Because the sound that it made sounded like he hit a wall.
Yeah, it did make a thwomp. Yeah, sound. Anyway.
In my head, when you cinematically the dog's thrown up in the air, I see from Anchorman where Jack Black throws the desk
That's
off
pretty
the
close,
bridge, and it's
actually.
like,
That's very
yeah,
close.
it looks like a doll, like arms all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the fact that it was a cop, too, I don't know, that added a special flavor, I
Right.
think, at that point. Because I was little enough, and Kev and I were young enough to where, like, I think cops still felt a little bit like superhuman back then. They, again, we've talked about this before, where in the 90s there was more ignorance and thought that they really did have special training and powers to do stuff, but not really. Not really.
Not really.
Mighty Morphin powers.
Oh yeah, never mind. Give
Do
it-
All right,
actually.
I'll do one of my sad ones. We'll pepper in my sad ones with y'all's happy ones.
Oh yes.
So, we have a dog
it-
joining us now.
Yes, my 10-year-old just handed me a dog stuffed animal. Please go, kid.
So Petey, Amy, our sister, got a puppy, and it was a white pit bull. But she was always working at Steak and Ale at the time, I believe. So in his
God.
yeah, Steak and Ale.
Sorry.
So, and so she was never home, but I was always home because she got him during the summer. So I spent the whole summer trying to teach this dog how to pee on a piece of paper on the ground, which failed horribly. And so we had him all summer, and then for some reason they decided to get rid of him. Just about the time I really bonded with this dog, they decided this is enough. We're tired of having a puppy in the house, so they got
I
rid
think
of him.
Amy was going away to college. I think that's what it
Okay,
was.
maybe that was it. Yeah. And then maybe 2 or 3 years later, I guess the person who got Petey said, "Hey, I can't take care of Petey anymore. Can you guys take him back?" So then we got Petey back, and I think he was with us for maybe a year or so. Always in the backyard with us. He never came really inside. He was a backyard dog. So about a year, I had really, really bonded with him this time, and they decided to get rid of him again.
God.
So Amy and I went to take him to the guy to drop him off, and we just had to drop him off. The guy wasn't there, so we just opened his fence. It was like a chain link fence, so we could see Petey in there, and we just had to drive away. And he just like on the door, and I'm just like watching him waving as we drive away. He has no idea what's going on.
I think maybe he had some idea because you guys kept doing it to him.
He's a pattern at this point.
He's like, this again? Are we doing this again? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extended vacation, sure. All
Just
right.
got to cry as we pulled away. He just sitting there happy.
Yeah, he's in a better place now. Oh,
I had a picture of him. I don't know where it is. It used to be on my desk. I still have
Oh.
a picture of Petey.
wow.
I packed all my stuff away recently, but yeah, I still keep a picture of him on my desk to remind me to never get attached to any living creature.
Great.
That's right.
Great lesson. I think that is the takeaway from that story.
Yeah. No connections to anything.
Joe?
Sure, I'll tell you one of the dog attack stories. Sure. I was probably about 4. I think I was 4. We'd gone over to friend's house. They're inside talking about boring parent stuff. I'm outside with the dogs. They had a lot of dogs. Yes, this was a trailer park. How did you know? Bunch of various dogs of all types. They had a Doberman Pinscher that was pregnant that I didn't know. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know how to look for that. Didn't care. So she was just happened to be the biggest dog. So I was like, oh, I'm going to ride her like a horse. I'm going to get on her back.
Sure.
And that didn't go well. I remember getting one like scared look from the dog. Like she turned around, like she had a scared look, and I didn't know that look yet, so it didn't register. And she turned around a little bit, and then the next, like she just snapped like back around and got like my whole head in her mouth. One of her teeth went under this eye.
Oh wow. So,
And the other ones went like back here somewhere. And because she ripped top jaw down, it just ripped like a big flap of skin on my scalp up. As opposed, had she gone down up, it would have ripped my eye out. So I just remember the spin around, and then it like it's black, and then I'm laying on the ground, and I see my parents running out of the mobile home, and then it's black, and then I'm in the truck, and we're doing what feels like light speed because I just remember the street lights passing by so fast. Yeah, it was like lasers almost, and then I was out again, and I don't remember anything about it, but apparently it was like one stitch down here and like stitched all of that up. I don't know how many stitches, but it was like all back there.
So we could have got Eye Patch Joe instead of just Brain Damage Joe. Damn it.
Yeah, man, this wrong multiverse.
Just by that much.
Yeah.
Did you have any lasting effects, like fear of dogs, for any number of years after that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I was curious if you guys had seen me. If it's a big enough dog, if it's a more than medium-sized dog, I try not to react because I know they can detect all that stuff. But sometimes I can't. Like I'll stiffen up a little bit. Like, oh yeah, he's fine. He's nice. He's friendly. It's like every dog that's ever bit me. It's only been 2, but every dog that's ever bit me has been told, oh, they're nice, they're friendly. First one's on me. I'll admit that. Trying to ride a pregnant dog, that's on me. I'm man enough to admit that.
Wow, 4-year-old you really assumes responsibility for his actions. Wow, what a stand-up toddler you were.
Yeah.
He's a bigger man than me.
Dang, Joe.
That was pretty much it. Yeah.
And your mom used to like foster dogs and stuff, right? I don't know, or maybe she just had a bunch at the house.
We had animals.
Yeah.
In and out all the time. Horse, the little farm scenario basically. So dogs were
just
around a lot.
Petrified in your house at all moments from these giant roving dogs.
God, massive.
I think it's interesting too. Whenever we have these very kind of open, we didn't specifically like talk about ahead of time what kind of dog stories. We just left it wide open. Kev's are very, very sad. Joe's are violent. I don't know. We'll see if there's a theme that emerges from mine. My next story is more recent. This actually happened right before the pandemic, January 2020, and I had gotten the flu, or at least what we thought was the flu. I did test positive for the flu, and I actually ruined a birthday party as one of my children's birthday parties because it was all like scheduled at a bounce place or whatever. And then I was like, well, I have the flu. We can't share the flu with all these people. So we had to cancel the party. Anywho, so I quarantined myself in a back bedroom of our old home in Houston. And I actually took for the first time ever, I took some antiviral drugs. I don't know if you guys have ever taken those, but that'll be my last time to ever take those. I was tripping. And for some reason, I watched True Detective, like at season 1 as like that's what I was watching. So I was like on these antiviral drugs, tripping, watching this show in a very weak and depleted state. I at that point, I also had trained for about 2 years. So I was in pretty good shape, and also I think after training, you recognize just how vulnerable you really are. So I had some like interactions with that. Anyway, so it was the first day I was starting to feel okay, and I was like, I need sunshine, I need to move my body, I can't just be back here. So I opened the window and like got out of the window because I didn't want to go through the house and give everybody my flus. And I like emerge out of the window and I'm feeling the sun and like my body's all weak and feeble. And I'm like, okay, this is good. This is going to be good for me. I get 1 block over from the house. Okay. And I'm still coming to, I'm on these drugs and my body's very weak. And I get around the corner and a large German Shepherd charging me full clip, not even barking or anything, just full clip. Go, 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 go. And like at that moment, I realized like I might have to like tango with this cash here. Like I'm ready. So I like take a defensive position and I'm like I'm like already stunned, you know. I feel like you know, a character in a video game. I'm already like at low health or whatever. And then as it gets probably 15, 20 feet from me after charging for 100 feet, and the owner, which was a very masculine lady, yells, Bruno, or whatever. She yells for him to stop, and he does. He stops. But I'm just standing there in a ready position, but my heart's going, and I'm also very, very dazed. And he and I are just locked for maybe 30 seconds. It felt like a lot longer, but maybe 30 seconds total. And eventually she has to come get, he wouldn't come back. We're just locked. And she looks at me, and as she's walking up to him, she's like, he's fine. Everything's okay. What are you worried about? Like something like that. And I'm like, I didn't have the energy to honestly even fight with her or argue with her. But I remember in that moment, I felt this intense vulnerability and recognition that, like, man, like, and under normal circumstances, I would not be afraid of a dog in that situation. I would just be ready, kind of. But in that situation, I was like very vulnerable, quite weak, out of my mind. And I just emerged from a cave, seeing sunlight for the first time in days. Yeah, it was like that.
Weak.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt. And so that stuck with me. And I remember actually when I got back home, I Googled, what is the best way to defend a dog attack? And I will tell you right now, I'm going to give you those tips because I looked it up. The best way to do it is if they only have one weapon, their mouth, obviously. So they're going to launch at probably your upper torso. That's their move. And so what you want to do is be ready for that parry and try to swat them down and pin them, basically, is what they recommend. Or, that's option one if you're more athletic. Option two, sacrifice an arm. So you bring up an arm, they go and bite the arm, and while they're up biting you on their back legs, you kick out their back legs and break their back legs, like hyperextension. Those are the two methods that are recommended for defending yourself against a dog attack. A single dog, by the way. There's more. I didn't realize there was a whole rabbit hole thing that came up after that. People, I guess, have been fighting dogs for centuries. I don't know. Anyway, that's my...
He's in the ancient texts looking at the first dog. I must know the weakness.
Yeah. Anywho, so that was a scary day for me and a very odd day, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that sounds like a bonkers day. Jeez. At first I was going to be like, yeah, I need to get the flu, it sounds like. Get some of those antivirals.
Yeah.
But no, you're going to end up fighting some wildlife. I don't want the second part.
Was that dog ever even there is the real question.
Right. It was someone's
Actually,
kid.
that's a good question.
That's why Leda was so mad. It was a toy poodle.
Tripping, dude. I really was.
You could have punted that little dude. Look at
Your story actually reminded me of a dogfight story. It's not really a sad one. It's real quick. So I think it was Thanksgiving. The whole family was there and I was over it. So I went outside to smoke a cigarette. And I'm standing in the driveway and I just hear this horrific noise around the corner. It's a lady screaming, and not like a, oh, stop it. It is a blood-curdling scream. I was like, fuck. I got to go figure out what's going on over here. So
here I am, like, I'm already exhausted of my family.
So I walk around the corner where the fence is, because, again, our house is on the corner, and it's coming from around the corner. So I go and I peek around the fence, and there's a, I don't know, 100-pound woman with, like, a toy poodle and probably a 120-pound pit bull, and this pit bull is just going to town. And so I immediately finish my cigarette. No. I've run over there, and they're probably 50 yards away. And as I'm running to help her, I'm thinking, I don't want to be doing this. Why am I moving towards to help this woman? This pit bull is huge. And I didn't see the other guy running, who I guess was the owner of this pit bull, who broke through the fence. Like, there was a just destroyed part of the fence because he broke through the fence to get to this dog. And we get there, he gets there just in front of me and puts the dog into a chokehold.
Rear naked.
And then I immediately stopped and started leaving.
And you put him in a chokehold.
Yeah. So everybody's in a chokehold.
Animal abuse.
The thing that I remember is it was his dog, but she started screaming at him because her dog had injuries because, you know, this is a snack for that dog. And she was screaming at him about taking care of his dog and controlling his dog and all that stuff. And he was mad at her. He was like, everybody's fine, everything's fine. He didn't do anything. Like the little dog's bleeding there.
Dead.
I remember his indignance more than anything else.
Oh yeah, they love to do that. Yeah, they love to. What do you mean?
Just play it.
Wow. Maybe you should have choked him out, Kev.
Yeah.
He was
When you said he had punched through the wall.
Yeah,
the wall,
I know, that's the
fence,
best part.
I was like,
Kool-Aid
that's the
man.
doppelganger Kev about to come around the corner.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it was, but it was like so intense and quick, and like you said, he got there a step before you did. You're like, cool, I can bow out now. I don't have to be involved in this. And
I'm not tangling with this pit bull.
that's my
Yeah,
headcanon
Rose.
for that event. Yeah.
I took control of the poodle just in case he wanted to get back up and do something. You're right, Ro. I did.
I have a really
Like,
short story. I have a really short
it.
one that's actually, it's about Kev. So, as he mentioned, we actually had quite a few dogs growing up, but we didn't keep them very long. That was kind of our MO. Although later, when Kev was probably around 12, when we got Coco, is that? I don't know how old.
Yeah, we went to the pound and Mom let me pick a dog out, so I picked Coco, which happened to be like the best dog
The
we've
best
ever
dog
owned.
ever. Yeah, really.
Which got stolen from me by one of my family members.
Yeah.
Believe that as it is.
Anyway, that's very Jerry Springer-esque. So there had been like a peeping Tom in our neighborhood apparently, and so my mom wanted like a trained killer dog as the consequence of that, and so we got a Doberman. Back to Joe's story, a trained Doberman, okay, and the dog ended up, of course, like totally tearing up the backyard and all that. But I can remember one of, if not the first time that the dog was over, and I was excited. And the dog actually got along with me quite well. But I remember in our backyard when this dog was there, Kev was there, and Kev was a little guy. He might have been, he might have been like 5 or something, 4 or 5. And we were in the backyard and we were playing, and then here comes Max around the corner, just running because we're having fun, so he's having fun, full clip, and just Kev running back, and the dog just took Kev out, and it was similar to that other thing. Kev, like he ran over your back, and you had like
he did.
scratches all down your back, and you
All
got
my-
like
all my
face planted in, but you hit so hard that you face planted, and you also like rolled back up. It was a pretty violent. Of course, I ran over to check on you, but it was like a full
While
takedown.
laughing.
That dog didn't care about you, and it wasn't mad. It wasn't like angry or fighting you. It was just like full clip,
Yeah.
and you just taken out, man. Incredible memory in this old brain.
Incredible move.
You remember that, Kev?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I remember going into the mirror and seeing his like claw marks as he got traction off my back.
Yeah, he launched off of you. He took you down and launched right
Thanks.
off.
Thanks, Kev. I've never dunked before. Thanks for the boost. Those are some funny videos. Yeah, you see a kid. Yeah, it's just a dog playing like with all the buffs are off, and they're just like, I'm full of energy. We're playing. Yeah,
Boom.
trucks a kid.
He was a big Doberman too. He was probably a
Yeah.
85, 90 pound dog.
He was bigger than me. Way
And
bigger
he was
than me.
lean and mean, boy.
Yeah, just
He was a scary dog.
Joe, you got one more, or is that it?
that's it. That's
Okay,
that's
okay.
the best one. The best one.
So yeah, National Dog Day. I mean, normally man's best friend kind of stuff comes up, and I've had a really important dog that you guys remember that I had, Pikey, and maybe next year for Dog Day we'll tell positive doggy stories.
Don't really have any.
Yeah, I don't have any in my book yet either.
All right, moving on here. Super Metroid, a classic game, and we're playing this in honor of National Women's Day because Samus is indeed a female character.
It is. Metroid is a girl? What?
I do remember people being mad that Metroid was a girl. Like she's in a suit of like space suit of armor. Who cares?
Right. Of all the things to get, up in arms about.
I never actually played any Metroid games ever.
Well, here we go.
I
Here we go.
also don't think I have, but I know I've at least watched someone play this as a kid, but I don't remember if I actually played or not.
I'm assuming there was a regular Metroid on NES, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one, the quick storyline is the first one you go to this planet to destroy this new. Basically, it's a bioweapon that they're literally called space pirates. Those are the enemies of the series, and it's this new weapon. It's the Metroids, because they can just like suck up life force, and they plan to just like unleash them on planets and then pillage them for all the resources and stuff. So Samus is a bounty hunter that gets hired to go wipe them out. At the end of the game, there's one Metroid left. She takes it to the Galactic Federation. Then they start doing experiments on it. You know, you would think that's going to go... The government's involved. It's A-OK now, guys.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't go A-OK now, guys.
It's Morphin
All right,
time.
it's Morphin time.
Yeah.
You didn't know that we're going to have that thread, did you? Little Morphin thread.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
And the intro to this game, which I was playing while we were setting up this morning, is the space pirates breaking in and stealing the baby Metroid again to like create their own clone army. And so yeah, you're sent back again, and this time it's to like fully wipe them out. Don't bring back any samples. Don't bring back any, kill everything.
Okay.
Here we go.
The game's teaching you stuff. Seems like
Yeah.
it has a competent story, engaging.
You have a little map so you can see where you've been. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That was a hard thing about the first one and the second game on Game Boy. They didn't have maps, so figuring out where you were supposed to go and then getting lost was very frustrating. I remember as a child trying to play the first one.
What does that guy do, Joe?
Yeah, tell me about that, Joe.
So that's
Eyeball.
the eyeball. That's a little security system they got set up. So if you notice, there's no enemies or anything yet. It's just me wandering around some caverns.
So that thing's just identifying you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we've got to backtrack. You have to come down here to get these couple of items, the ball and those set of missiles. And so we'll go back. I don't know if you've heard the term Metroidvania, but it's a style of game. Comes from Metroid and one of the kind of middle-aged Castlevanias where you go, you explore, you find a new item. It unlocks part of the map for you. You gain a new mobility or a new weapon that unlocks a certain type of area. And now you explore that area. And you basically go back and forth across the map until you can get to the end of the game.
Yeah, the game already seems quite expansive, even though we're just getting into it, so cool.
Yay, jumps.
Yeah, it gave you plenty of time to figure all the controls out and get your feet under you before it threw anybody at you.
Mm-hmm.
These are our space pirates.
These are our space pirates. They're like little praying mantis guys that can also shoot lasers.
Not very pirate-esque.
Yeah, what was that
Not an
series?
eye patch in the bunch.
It was a post-apocalyptic sci-fi series that had enemies that looked kind of like that. They were alien invaders.
Don't know that one, huh? What are those little orbs?
From the sky. From the sky.
Energy.
Oh,
Your life force.
pure energy.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, please do. I'm curious. Because I can't place anything in my mind.
Dwayne, is that the record, or are you saying Joe should be able to do this in under 41 minutes?
That is the record.
Wow, a speed run that's 41 minutes long is a pretty long speed run.
But that's, I believe, Dwayne, is that the 100% speedrun where you also get all of the items in the game? Like 100% collection?
The show is called Falling Skies.
Okay.
Pretty good show. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I finished it, but the little green kind of enemies look a lot like the enemies in that show.
I do remember that show.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch how's the AI on those? Is it just a pattern, or are they coming after you?
They swoop down when you get close.
Oh, okay.
Lobamba. Oh, it's any percent? Okay.
I like how it's holding it up for you. Very ritualistic, yeah.
I don't think you'll like it much longer. For much longer.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's get it.
Oh no.
So it gave you something so they can kill you?
Yeah. Meow.
Oh, no poops at you.
Jeez, nukes. There's no, so you're gonna take damage with this boss, basically, right?
You can avoid it, but
Oh, okay.
you can deal out enough damage that you also don't have to worry about it. 40 minutes, 36 seconds. That's still, yeah, that's crazy to me.
Minimal music as well. I'm not hearing a ton of music. Kind of soundscapey more than anything.
Yeah, I like it though. Kind of makes you feel like you're in a weird
Cinematic. Yeah, I agree.
spaceship land.
Yeah, a lot of alien influence in this series for sure.
Totally, yeah. The art.
Female protag.
Interesting. So that is an attack as well when you're bunched up like that.
Yeah. You can kill some dudes, and there's sometimes you're in a vent or you're in a tube and you've got to defend yourself, and that's the only way you can do it. %. Is an hour, so it's not much longer. I want to say my best time is. It's definitely over an hour.
What did that energy tank do? It gave you a little power up above your energy, but
Yeah, so an energy tank gives you 100 more units of energy. And I think you can
like an extra life.
Yeah, I think you can collect up to. It's either 18 or 20, maybe it's 14 total, but
Can you charge up your main gun?
Not yet.
Oh,
But you do
it's
get
power.
Young kid.
Yep.
Yeah, you're playing this game as if you've played it a bunch, by the way, Joe. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's not like you're fumbling around learning stuff. You're definitely goal driven here. You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, this one can probably probably I can talk playing this one much better than most games, I would say. Come on.
Oh, nice elevator cutscene. My favorite part of every video game.
Dwayne's asking, did you ever 100% this game, Joe? I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, I think I've done it once. There's a couple of items that are just such a pain to get that if I'm playing casually, I definitely don't want to go get them.
And are these items like power-ups that you get for yourself? Is that what y'all are talking about?
Yeah. Either your various your munitions, I mean, so you've got missiles, super missiles, power bombs that all will have their own ammo counters, but there are other things like various armors, things that let you move around in water, unimpeded by the physics, higher jumps, charge beams, things like that.
Kind of upset I never played this game as a kid.
I would start with this one mainly because of the map system. It's much easier. The original game, so on top of being confusing, getting around the map, it also had a glitch where the background sprites would randomly change color from blue to gold. And so I would think that I was in a new area, and I wasn't. And that really confused me. I didn't learn that till maybe the last year or two. Oh, that's why I'm always lost in that game.
Lost in the sauce.
Always.
What?
Just gonna fall down on him. Not gonna make that.
Okay, this is a little confusing. Why does it keep cutting that screen on when it says missile, because you know what a missile is. You've gotten a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's the only maybe quality of life thing I would add to this game. Is once you get the first munition of a type, just don't play that.
Yeah.
You know, the jingle every time and the cutaway. Yeah, it's a little annoying.
Well, there goes a gush.
God.
Let's see. We need to go to. Yes, this way.
Oh, cafeteria.
Why do some of the doors require so much more munition to open than others?
They are color coded. The red ones require 5 missiles or 1 super missile, which I don't have yet. Blue doors you can open with anything.
Okay. So it's okay. So you have to be conservative with your missiles, I guess?
Not really, because pretty much any enemy can replenish your energy or your ammo. Ammo-mation?
Yo.
And this thing that you're doing right here, going through walls and stuff, is that a pretty... Did you... I guess, like, does the game teach you about that? I haven't noticed it teach you how to do that.
Yes, so when I got the bombs, the area that you climb out of, you have to use those bombs to get back to the main part of the game. So
okay, cool.
it forces you to learn what they do. And then right after that, you have to use it to bomb a wall. So it teaches you about hidden walls as well.
Good.
Yeah, there was an area back there that you ran over that looked like you could blow it up with bombs.
Mm-hmm. And actually, you need the speed booster to get down there and break those blocks.
No.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm gonna get there before we're done for the day.
Come on, Joe.
Speed run it.
Speed. Okay, all right. I'll just get the charge, and then we'll go fight. Botswoon, I think is no.
Botswana.
Yes. No. Plant guy.
Charge beam.
Charge.
There you go, Kev.
Yeah, that's what I want. Them big boombas.
Yeah. Another
You gonna
interesting gameplay thing was that if you.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, so there's that. You charge and crouch, you get your little bomb bouquet. You can also charge it and use it as kind of like a one-hit attack. While you have it charged, you could spin jump into an enemy and it'll do damage. Kill most enemies in one hit.
Do you have regular traditional melee attacks as well?
No.
Okay.
They did that at one of the later games. Like you have to stun enemies by like knocking them backwards or something, but not in this one.
Wayne is requesting the Vera suit.
Yeah, maybe we can get
Varia, maybe?
Yeah. I got it at
3.
least, I don't know, I got like 10 minutes, don't we? Come on.
Lots of different enemy types. They all seem to make sense in the universe. Good art direction.
Just those things on the roof.
Boss?
Mm-hmm. Mini boss, yeah.
Ooh, just handing out them rockets.
Okay. Contra-esque here. Okay.
Some sort of plant.
Yeah, oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
And the music really didn't like get wild and intensify. It's still very kind of looming.
Yeah, more, dread than anything. This is one of the first games I remember having real atmosphere that creeped me out. Areas of the game I didn't want to go because of the music or because of the what it was. There's an underwater area called Meridia that just a lot of the maps just have black backgrounds, and I think I've talked about it before that like just dark water of not knowing what's down there. Heebies my jeebies, my friends.
He's moving a lot faster now. You got him dancing, boy.
He's ticked. There we go.
Oh. Oh.
right. Come to this planet and destroy all their flora.
Wow. Skills.
Trying to get my wall jumping down.
And you can shoot on the diag as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can even do a crouch firing up. Thought of everything. Yeah, Meridia's stupid. I hate it.
So that was the super missile you just used?
Yes. Now we can... The door at the bottom here that's requires a super missile we can get through now.
Oh, 'cause that one was green? Is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't get-
So if you didn't have a super missile there, you'd have to double back and go find one? Is that...
Yes, if I was out of ammo, I'd have to go back and...
They
yeah.
respawn and stuff? Okay. So you know where to go, basically, to get them. That's a lot to figure out for a kid. I know you're going through it like you've done it a million times, but like, as somebody who hasn't...
Yeah, the first time.
It's a lot to figure out.
This was a game, though, so when I went to Walmart, I would play Super Mario World on their demo, Super Nintendo they had. When we would go to the mall, which was way more rare, I would go to the Sears demo, and they had Super Metroid. And so I would get to play that for maybe 30 minutes.
Are we talking about like Little Joe shows up at Sears and like immediately you go right directly there? Oh, cool. Wow.
My parents could
committed.
just go, they're like, well, we're going to go do all of our shopping. They're like, yeah, okay, fine, sure. And I'd be there the whole time. So it was really like, I don't know what my time limit is. Just play as much as I can.
God, that beats us getting dragged around J.C. Penney's.
Yeah. We also were given freedom too, though. We could go, Kev, if we wanted to.
I think that's more wandering off than hey, you guys will have fun. It'll just be us wandering off.
I'm surprised your neck could take it, Joe. Having like the, you know, especially those controllers were like hardwired in.
Yeah, you don't have much room. Oh yeah, it was definitely as far as the arms will go. Like, but you know, kids, they're all cartilage back then. It didn't matter. Could have slept at, you know, on my head, been fine the next day.
Yeah, like that. Like, man, someone would have to show me that. Unless it's the only way to progress.
The wall jump. Oh, I forgot about this.
Whoa.
Oh, right into it, too.
Yep.
Punishing you.
Dang, he took a lot of health.
Super. Oh yeah, another point I was trying to make about the charge beam. So your beams stack together. So not only do I have the charge beam now, I have the spacer beam that I can also charge up. So that's...
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And if you're in a boss fight and you run out of missiles, the only way you can do damage typically is with a fully charged shot. So you're still...
Got you.
Come on, baby.
You're stuck in like a stun
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Come on.
Wow, tough section here.
This is embarrassing.
You can't
actually.
kill that guy?
No. Oh, you might be able to with a super missile.
We could really
But,
use some
yeah.
energy here.
We still got
first
an
time.
energy tank.
Yeah, first time I felt a little stress watching Joe play this.
Yeah. Here's part of the underwater area.
Beautiful.
It is. It's pretty, but also deception. Yeah, we don't be giving no bad vibes.
Oh, see you later.
Pretty sure I got to come down here first and get the high jump boots. Then we can go where Dwayne wants to go and get the Varia suit. As long as I don't die. Yep, here we go.
Yeah. Have you been regaining energy as well? It seems like is it going up slowly?
Not automatically. Enemies will
Okay.
drop those little purple
I guess
balls,
I didn't
and
notice you were
that's-
getting them so quick. I just noticed that we had 50 and then 60.
And then, if you pick up an energy tank, it'll fully refill.
Right.
Refuel. Kind of like getting a new heart container in Zelda.
Yeah. So is that wall destructible? How the hell did you figure that out?
Oh, I'm waiting for this little guy to loop back around
Oh.
because I'll have to kill him anyway on the way out to open this door. There it is. So
Oh.
now that I've done that, when I come back in here, I can just open the door. I don't have to go find that little dude and kill him to open it. Get these sneakers.
A lot of items.
Mm-hmm.
Power-ups.
Yeah, and I think they're all spaced out very well. Right when you're start to get, you're like, man, I can't. I feel like I need to go up there, but I can't. And you just have to. Yeah, I think it is balanced very well because yeah, of course it can be frustrating trying to find out where to go, but it's also very rewarding when you figure it out or you get the new item and you're like, now I have all this other new stuff I can go check out. It's I guess the breadcrumb is done very well. We can go up and up.
What's the orange one take?
Power bomb.
Don't
Which
have that one yet.
don't know that one.
Mm-mm.
Just yet. So let's see if we can get one more boss. I guess maybe the first actual boss we can get through here.
There's not a lot to make fun of. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, honestly, what are we supposed to do when a good game comes up?
Just enjoy the
Just
ride.
watch Joe play it, yeah. Again, like, yeah, that's a lot of stuff you'd have to.
Figure out.
I wonder when you were a kid, Joe, was it fun to figure this game out, or was it frustrating? And I could
Oh, yeah, it
see
was
myself
fun.
getting stuck. I guess is what I'm concerned about.
Oh, I mean, I definitely got stuck because it was, of course, the time before. Yeah, unless you had like Nintendo Power, right?
I mean, we never had Nintendo Power.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
So it would be those times that I could rent the game. I couldn't get very far because you're kind of trying to figure it out as you go.
Great. Just to answer my question, I was going to ask, what about saving and continuing? So that's a save. You got to a checkpoint, basically.
Yeah. And I passed several others on the way here just to speed it up a bit. Go, go, go.
Does the game offer a continue?
No, if you die, you just reload at your last save point.
Okay.
Dang.
Jeez. Oh,
That little shit.
little guy.
Who's this little shit? It's a little... We're pretty much maxed out now. A little foreshadowing there.
Oh. They were
Is that like another Samus that died?
Yeah, this would be just like a bounty hunter that didn't make it.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Wow, in a video game. Okay. Big boss.
He's a big fat shit.
Yeah. Well, he just took that one. He loves it.
Ugh.
Again, the music is still like very ominous. It's not all that. It's a very cinematic game.
Come on.
Okay. strange noises, but okay.
Really didn't like that.
Yeah, he's like a dragon made out of trumpets. That's the quickest I can do right now, Dwayne.
You got the Varina suit.
All right. Okay, so we've upgraded our suit now. We're orange. And what does this give us?
We're now heat resistant, so you can go in areas that have high heat would normally you take damage from them. And overall, it's a armor buff. I think I take a quarter less damage than I did before now.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to call it for now.
Might be another one of those games I have to find the ROM for. And
highly recommend you give it a shot. And then if you like this one, maybe go back and try the NES version because again, I'd have to draw out a map. Surprised I didn't as a kid. I would do that for games, draw maps out. I was not ashamed.
Your early professional years.
Okay. Well, 10 minutes left. We got to move on to rating. Doubling back here on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So obviously this one is Japanese, and it was also it's not quite like a movie game, but definitely a series game. Mm-hmm. So yeah, where are we at, Joe, on game design for the Power Rangers?
It was really competent, and I think so. I mean, everything that was in there, it wasn't the top end of what the NES can do, but it checked all the boxes. You everything from the show was recognizable. They definitely maybe took some liberties with how the character, you got to translate a real person into a tiny sprite. I understand you maybe got to exaggerate some stuff, so I'm not mad at that.
Exaggerate the lips on a certain individual, maybe. Just, yeah.
That was something we all noticed that separately. People, in the chat noticed it. Even after Ro wasn't in the original when we first noticed it, but as soon as he jumped on, he's like, something's wrong with that dude's lips. So yeah, something's up there.
The story is, it's the show. You take the show and you make it a little. You put a controller for the show, and so it is. You get your beats. First half of the level, you're a teenager fighting as yourself. Then you get to demorph, which of course you'd want to do if you're a kid wanting to be a Power Ranger. Then you get to second half of the level, you get to use those new powers, those new moves. Thanks for looking up those moves, Kev. Didn't know you could do all that. And then you get a boss at the end. Boss patterns change. Looks like they probably scale at a reasonable rate because the first guy just jumped around and all you had to do was hit him. Very minstrel-like, yes. And then at the end, we jump to the end with the password there to see kind of the end fights where you get to be the Megazord too. So I think they covered all their bases as far as what someone would want in the game.
I'm feeling T2 smile on this because it's done fine. It's adequate. It's not going into that yellows and reds range. It is a green, but it also, you didn't do anything more than what you needed to in a way. You know what I mean? They could have taken it in some other directions, but Joe was mentioning maybe they kept it a little more simple, knowing who their audience is. And so, yeah, I think I'm feeling a reluctant approval on that. What do you guys say?
Agreed.
I'm definitely, I'm done with that for sure.
All right, so moving next then to gameplay. So controls, level design, how it is to play the game, of course.
Well, we talked about the lack of controls, it being maybe too simple. And I was just thinking back to the way you make the comparison all the time to a Mario game or a Nintendo game in general. Let's just say a well-done game, because you could do. Maybe you can make the game where you could do it by only using one attack button. But if you're an older player or want a little more depth, maybe it has other things you can access that you maybe don't necessarily require. But again, it feels like you're saying kind of leans in the direction of what's the bare minimum of something we can put out that we know, is going to sell.
And from a level design standpoint, again, I know this game is a little bit easier, but you were able to progress did introduce some new elements along the way. So it has the stuff, but again, it seems to be really straddling that minimum line. It's not going above any kind of expectation at all here.
It would get a little boring if you tried to replay it.
Mm-hmm. It kind of so speaking of that, kind of puts it down into why territory for me. It's very, 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 very simplistic.
And I'm feeling more like Brooks was here because, mostly because it is satisfying. Like it's a beat 'em up, and it's, again, I'm thinking about that repetitive thing Kev brought up, and you brought up while you were playing it, Joe. I think it's the repetitive nature with the limited attacks and not a lot of new things being added. And then maybe on the level design, I mentioned the elements that started to show up were like, how is this relevant? The flaming elbow pipe thing. It's like, so I don't know. I'm feeling like it's a satisfyingly bad experience on the gameplay.
Yeah, I'd say that's the first one that really truly meets satisfyingly bad.
Right.
Brooks was here.
Okay. Are you okay, Joe, with us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just a very, very fluid rating system, so it's not hard to be persuaded to move to another one.
All right, so then we're pushing through to satisfaction, engagement, fulfillment, how much fun you had playing it. I think, I'll just jump in real quick. If this had been a co-op, I think you would have gotten a lot more satisfaction out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Other than, I remembered after we put in the first code, you can do those Street Fighter style fights with a second player. That is your 2-player mode. And I think there's 3 of those fights to do. So you'd have 3 characters to pick from. Pretty limited. I want to say that they do go on in that direction. They go more Final Fight, where you can do 2-player co-op and stuff. Could be interesting to go back at a later date and just pick another one in the series, see how they change. But
yeah,
again, to rate it, I had more fun playing it with you guys and talking about it for sure. If I had rented that game, I mean, certainly today, but even I feel like when the game came out at the age that I would have found that game pretty boring.
Right. If you took out the Power Ranger part of it and it was just random things, we would be rating it much lower, I think.
That's a good point, Kev.
Yeah, it not being 2-player as a beat 'em up is a huge empty gush.
And it is in the Power Rangers universe, and their whole shtick is teamwork and coming together and co-op. Yeah. So, and in the storylines, whenever a Power Ranger gets singled off on their own, they almost always get messed up. So, I don't know. It's hard to rate it though, because I guess I wasn't that satisfied. I wouldn't have been because of the repetitive nature and the limited things we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaning towards either a I'm sorry I wasn't listening, or even so down as far an oh hi Mark.
I was thinking I wasn't listening as well.
Okay.
Because we didn't really laugh that much, other than what we brought to it, like the putty guys and stuff. We didn't. It wasn't funny of its own accord.
We had to make fun of it. It wasn't giving us fun.
So I wasn't listening, Kev. Are you good with that one?
Yeah, I'm happy with I wasn't listening.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it has very little of what we want in a beat 'em up. So that leads us then to the gush. We've got an interesting lineup here, by the way, because in a way that Reluctant Smile is from a game design perspective, again, I don't want to, because they had the stuff that they needed, but as you progress through the rating system, you realize this is really not that fun to play, as a matter of fact. So does that leave us? I don't think we would complete it then. That must leave us in a 2 gush area.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think a child that loves Power Rangers, and they're more prone to dealing with repetitive stuff. I like this, and they'll just keep doing it and doing it. I can see a child enjoying this game more than 3 middle-aged men can enjoy this game for sure.
This game wasn't made for us? What are you talking about?
It was, but 30 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'd be a 2 gush. I feel like maybe, yeah, so maybe a one and an empty gush even.
Oof.
Because
All
it
right.
is,
Empty.
we've talked about redeemable, and it feels like it'd have to pull up a lot of the stats across the board would have to come up to be redeemable into a 3.
Yep, agree. It's a 2 gush game. It's got something, but I think it would be pretty repetitive. And gotta go 2-player, man. You just got to. All right, let's clear the board. And move on to Super Metroid. Classic, obviously, and Joe's played it a bunch, so I'm going to really rely on you since Kevin and I are pretty new to it. I think I'd watched it played once as a kid, don't remember much, and Kev said none at all. So, game design, graphics, story, and sound of Super Metroid. Joe.
I mean, I'm gonna give this is gonna be gold stars all across everything for me. So I feel a little biased. I'm kind of like hear from you two first, and then
Oh,
maybe
okay.
I'll go.
I was
So
going to say
don't color
we're
it too
going to
much.
check you. Don't worry. We'll check you if we Okay,
I mean,
maybe
the
it's a
music
good way to go
is
though, Joe,
awesome.
like getting our first impressions because yeah, so kid, please take it away.
Yeah, the music. I love the music. Because more often than not, music in NES games is just grating. It's like it's just constant. But this is yeah. It's the wall of guitars from Idiocracy. Yeah, so I love the it really set the ambiance.
It's
Had the accoutrements of the ambiance that I need in a video game.
I need it.
Yeah, the story, I don't know much about the story, but it sounds like it would have been one of those where if they had a little blurb about it in the manual, if I bought this game, I'd be reading that and getting into it and all about it. Especially because Aliens, we watched that movie a lot, so it would fit right in there with that lure. Yeah, so for the graphics look great, the sound was awesome, and the story seems very compelling. So, dude's dream for me.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. The graphics were well integrated. Everything made sense. I said it during the play, like the art design's excellent. It all fits very well. Sound, immersive, and not grating, which I think is important here because you're going to be playing this game for a while, figuring stuff out. And then the story, again, like Joe kind of like recapped it on us. I have to say, like, just as a kid video game player, I wasn't as interested in story. I was much more interested in gameplay. That's what hooked me more than story necessarily. But it was engaging for you guys, and so yeah, I'm with you, dude's dream. Joe.
Yeah, dude's stream, no question. Gonna everything you said is true. I would love Kev for you to play this, both of you, but Kev for sure on your own, man. It's a gorgeous game. Each area is visually distinct. Like I mentioned, the underwater area, Meridia. There's a wrecked ship that you have to go into that's haunted. So you've got like paranormal elements in the
Haunted
series as well.
aliens? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's got some really, really cool concepts I had never seen in any other media up to this point. But anyway, for time constraints, yes, dude's dream for me for game design.
Beautiful. Next, then gameplay. So once again, level design and controls, things like that. It's gonna be harder for Kevin and I to comment other than level design, but like it's a lot to learn. I will say that. Like if I was playing this, I would probably get frustrated sometimes. Although it really does help that the sound is kind of more immersive and less grating and intense. Kind of gives you space to learn stuff. So again, like it's doing a good job of like the atmosphere is encouraging you to learn. And you weren't. I know that you've played this a bunch, but it's not like you were dying over and over and over and over again. And I think that it did seem manageable. Like if I was playing this, if you had just handed me the controller and I was playing it, I think I would have been able to, especially with some direction, like here's what you need to do. I would have been able to navigate. So it's not necessarily about dying over and over and learning that way. It's more about exploring maybe. And I like that. I think that's really, really a cool way to design levels is around exploration and unlocking things that unlock other things and having different pathways. So I don't know if I have a rating. I would say Lieutenant Dan then, I guess, if I'm going to rate it, because it was surprisingly great, the level design. Kid?
Yeah, for the controls, I did notice the only time that you got caught somewhere, you messed up, you blamed it on yourself, not the game, which is a rarity for our channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you messed up, you know that you missed a jump or you missed a landing. So I would assume that makes it the controls are great.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't be mad with level design. I think it was great. The map system is, I know they didn't have it in the first game, but the second game, the map is a godsend.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just wandering around aimlessly, and it encourages you to go look. You have to go look for those special power-ups because that's how you progress through the game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not like you get to the end of the game and you don't have your big bomb. You have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, I'm happy with the surprisingly wonderful. I kind of expected this would be great for the many times I've heard about it, but never played it.
Yeah.
So I'd either Lieutenant Dan or Dude's Dream for me.
Joe?
Yeah. I'm a dude stream. I am a dude stream, and I'm
Okay.
gonna give this a
Dude
dude
stream it
stream. And
Double dude.
yeah,
Haven't
like
had
Kev
a lot
said,
of double dudes, so this is good.
double dude. The controls they're very tight. You are controlling. You don't feel, again, like you said, I blame myself for dying or almost dying because it all works as it's supposed to, and there's nothing that feels cheap about any time you take damage. Like, well, I didn't calculate the arc of my jump right, or I wasn't going fast enough, or I didn't switch to the weapon I needed, when I needed to. There's a lot of other movement options. There's a grappling hook. You get the speed booster, like I said, that opens up different. You get like the shoulder tackle that you can jump like through the air and crash through walls and stuff. You get the power curve is very nice because by the end of the game, you're like, I'm untouchable. Nothing in this game can stop me.
Yeah,
So,
it's got some art.
yeah.
It's got some, like, I guess, adventure RPG kind of stuff going on because you do build up and level up the character. Yeah, that's really cool. That is a really cool part of it. So much to discover. So
Yeah, dude stream for me.
another dude's dream.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't think we've had this before, but the old elusive triple dude. All right. And then, well, I guess it's a foregone conclusion. It must be a five
Yeah.
gush. There's no real.
Is our first 5 gush?
No, Kirby, I think, was a five gush.
Kirby was
did
a
Kirby
5.
get a 5-er? Okay.
Yeah.
And that other,
Okay.
did we give that, what was that game?
The mech game?
Yeah, that game.
That was awesome. I
If,
played
that,
that.
if we didn't give it a five gush, maybe in retrospect, we're going to play that one again. I want to play that one for sure.
I got stuck on a level and gave up because I don't have unlimited time like I was a kid, but that game was awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
so
realized
if
I need to go back and catalog all the scores. We haven't done
Please,
that.
actually,
Shit.
if you don't mind, Joe, that could be helpful for us, like as a quick view. But yeah, it's a five gush
Yeah.
game. It's a 3-duder.
Yeah.
Wow, lived up to all the hype, and maybe this one in a future episode could be a longer play because Joe clearly is competent and can probably beat this if we gave him the entire, hour and a half or so.
Mhm.
Thanks, Ro.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap, guys?
Stay away from dogs.
It's Morphin time?
Stay away from dogs. It's morphin time.
All right. We're good for next week. Everything's cool with schedules and stuff?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Beautiful. Well,
The 3rd. The September 3rd.
shot. All right. Well, thank you as always for joining the three of us for another episode of St. Kohzee. Solid games this week. Appreciate you showing up in the chat as always. Joe, you got something? Looked like you were about to.
No, I was just gonna. I was gonna say that next week we need to have not Super Nintendo games. I think we've done 6 Super Nintendo games in a row. So we'll get back into the crap next week, I'm sure.
Okay. All right, get ready for next week. We'll be back to our thing of torturing Joe. So that'll be it's always a good time to watch Joe struggle. All right, we love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye then.
Bye, buddy.
Comfy, cozy, comfy.
Saturday morning with my cartoons.
So cozy.
Tamagotchi's fed and snooze.
Stay cozy.
Got 3 days till my rental's due.
So comfy.
Left my homework at school. Alright, PJs, check.
So cozy.
Mixing bowl of cereal, check.
Stay cozy.
Toy commercial absorption memories, check.
So comfy.
Alright, boys, here we go.
16 bits of have mercy, y'all.